We continue the Fear Fest finale with the other quarterfinal. Moxie took down Mizixi 3-0. oKhaliD versus Rezears now. Chat, here we go. We got oKhaliD and Rezears in the other quarterfinal of the Fear Fest finale EU. The quarter finale, we should call it. Who will get the win? oKhaliD, who fell only to Rawas in his pool, or Rezears, falling to TRK and Moxie in his. Coming into this matchup as the slightly lower seed. Somebody in chat tells me that he dropped 100,000 points on himself in chat. There's a channel point prediction if you're watching on YouTube. You get points for watching the stream and you can bet them on who might win. And it sounds like Rezears betting on himself. I think the only thing I've told people is you're not allowed to bet your channel points on your opponent. That's a great shot from Rezears, because that's obviously collusion. But hey, if Rezears wants to be confident and say he's going to win, by all means. oKhaliD, the Middle Eastern 1v1er from Team Falcons. Is he the most famous 1v1er in the game? Is he the 1v1er who needs the least introduction? He might be. Maybe on this channel, Daniel might need a bit less introduction. oKhaliD, though, got to be either 1 or 2. Maybe apparently Jack needs less introduction. But anyways, he is a top 1v1 player. On the other side of the field, we got the German Rezears. Rezears has been in the conversation for the top 3 in EU, I would say, for a while. Joreas and Moxie up there. It helps that apparently Jack moved away and took himself out of consideration for a top EU player. Rezears has always been around. Even when Jack was still here, he was just on the cusp of breaking into those top players. Certainly there was a line between him and the rest of the field. Can he take down oKhaliD today and hold it down for EU? This is a this is a tournament held on EU servers, and Rezears has the ability to prevent it from being majority Middle East. Look at this double from Rezears. It doesn't go in, but he finishes it off after landing on the ground. Air dribble over the top of oKhaliD, reset, and oh, it's going to be so filthy if he got it in immediately, but still not bad. Having to follow it up after jumping off the backboard. Big kick out for Rezears. Rezears setting up a wave dash that goes to nowhere. oKhaliD timing his challenge well. oKhaliD known for having a ton of on-ball pressure on defense, not often retreating back to net to give you any space. He's able to use that pressure defense to win a 50 that sends to the skies and leads to his second goal. What does chat feel about this matchup in terms of who's the favorite? oKhaliD by seed comes in as the favorite, but I think Rezears is a very talented 1v1 player, as he has proved at the start of this game, collecting that midfield boost and slamming a setup off the back wall. Kept the ball away from where oKhaliD could get the save the whole way. It does look like the prediction is slightly in favor of oKhaliD. Rezears. Ball to air dribble, double reset over the top of oKhaliD's early challenge, and it's just directly in. oKhaliD scoops up the corner boost and falls from the ceiling to intercept this one. And man, even in slow-mo, it looks like oKhaliD's definitely going to get connection on the ball, but no. Rezears finds a way around it. oKhaliD into the corner to take Rezears' 100, so he's playing on 0 now. oKhaliD looking to play keep away, steals the boost again, and it's going to be in his best interest to bring this ball back to net as soon as possible to make sure Rezears doesn't have time to reset. This 50 is in favor of oKhaliD, but he refuses to go, and he gives Rezears the opportunity to get back and even score. oKhaliD has to make a play on the ball earlier than this. He's got 49 boost to Rezears is very little. Ultimately, sits around the play and then can't half flip to recover. 6-2 for Rezears. oKhaliD swinging wide back into his corner. Able to clear this double from Rezears. Now he's chasing the ball down. Strong touch in an effort to gain possession at the cost of maybe being able to find a shot from that position. Bumped by Rezears now. Quick camera check. Recognizes that he is forced to get up in the air. Couldn't volley this one enough to find it over the top of Rezears, and then couldn't get the demo either. Rezears is playing well on zero boost in defense so far. He's been caught with nothing multiple times, and it's never really been an issue until now as he tries to dive on oKhaliD. And oKhaliD gets a third. Rezears pathing over not a single pad on his way to that challenge. He was hoping the midfield was going to respawn for him. Only the finals are best of 7 today. All best of 5 until we get there. Yesterday's best of 5s were majority sweeps, which just saved us a bit of time as opposed to having to watch one more game of domination. Plus, of course, you expect a unbelievable, apparently jacked best of 7 reverse sweep. Something that is incredibly rare in a long series like that. Right now, Rezears trying to hold on to what was a massive lead to start this game. oKhaliD working his way back. With a minute left to go, he needs 2. He pre-jumps this dribble from Rezears, and Rezears only takes to the skies after oKhaliD is already floating in the air. He tries to get back down and up to make the save, but it's not going to happen. Rezears can't cover this shot. oKhaliD turning the kickoff win into a goal, and it's not that big of a kickoff win, but it is when you're as efficient as that. The ball was actually slightly lost into the blue half, and oKhaliD still gets his shot. Rezears bumping oKhaliD, making sure he keeps his buffer in this final minute. My goodness, these guys cannot slow down. So much offense in the final moments. Still 43 seconds to go. I mean, at this rate, oKhaliD could win by 5 if he just gets a few kickoffs to go his way. This one, not as favorable as the previous few. Rezears not likely to bring the ball to oKhaliD, so he knows that he needs to turn and dive and play aggressive here in the final minutes. Rezears, a power shot to punish the aggression from oKhaliD. He couldn't recover back in time, tried to grab that midfield boost, and Rezears saw his opportunity. Doesn't need to be a crazy shot, just needs to be with an incredible pace, 116 km per hour. A little turtle kickoff from Rezears, throwing us back a bit. This pinch actually probably on target. oKhaliD, of course, not going to let it go in, though. Couldn't really control that bounce dribble. But it matters too much because I think it's might be out of reach here with 14 seconds left to go. Rezears another long shot. He has done a good job of extending the lead and making oKhaliD pay for his aggression, which I also don't blame oKhaliD for. He has to try and find some kind of offense if he wants to entertain the idea of winning this game. But it will be Rezears with a 1-0 lead. The best of 5 edge starts with the German. Game number 2, Rezears still in the octane. oKhaliD in maybe a different Fennec than he had before. I remember I was paying enough attention. This seems like a fully default Fennec. Oh, those wheels are slightly different from OEMs, right? OEMs are what you get if you went for a real stock Fennec. Because here is a demo right back on top, right where he left off in the previous game. Make oKhaliD play from a deficit. Wave dash kickout for Rezears. These wall to air dribbles have been lethal. Falling from the ceiling, oKhaliD pre-jumps. Stops Rezears before he can get his shot, and Rezears with a save. Slamming it off the post. oKhaliD to the skies, getting the reset, something that he actually doesn't prefer to do very often, at least in this tournament so far. He's taken mostly straight air dribbles. He uses his reset to take a wave dash shot that Rezears covers. oKhaliD cannot put it behind Rezears. The ball doesn't come down quick enough for a long shot, and Rezears, who probably should have then taken power off of it, instead just slams it to the side wall and lets oKhaliD take it away. But Rezears, who had a 5-head play the whole time, knew that oKhaliD would take up for an air dribble and he'd be able to steal it from the ceiling and get a second goal. This is a oKhaliD preset from Salt 9-1. Is that true? Even with those wheels? What are those wheels? Not the standard ones. oKhaliD has Rezears in net. Can he find a way through? So far, he hasn't been able to. The 50 gives him a reset. Now he's sitting in the corner, hoping that Rezears gives him a window to attack from, and he got a pretty decent one. Rezears makes the first save. oKhaliD slow to make the second shot. Wants to pull Rezears farther out of net, but Rezears has been so comfortable and so smooth with his recoveries. oKhaliD has never had that opportunity to punish like I think he's hoping for. He might need to play it a bit quicker. See if he can catch Rezears off guard. Rezears trying to launch this to the back corner and couldn't get there before oKhaliD could. oKhaliD taking the corner boost, avoids the demo, and takes the assist he was given for his first goal. oKhaliD, another kickoff loss, you could say, because the ball falls into the blue half, but it's pretty clear he's going to gain control. And in fact, if Rezears tries to be too greedy about it, he might even get scored on. Not sure what Rezears was doing, trying to make a play on that ball. He's going to start with less boost. He might be able to touch it a single time, but then he needs to leave. He can't hang out in that corner. oKhaliD having picked up all the 100 boost pads in sights right now. oKhaliD intercepting a Rezears chip, deciding not to follow up this aerial, letting Rezears take this long shot. oKhaliD rolling it into the corner, now just trying to protect Rezears from feeling like he has the ability to turn. He accelerates the ball and actually gets Rezears to miss. Rezears is back in time before any shot can be made. Rezears, will he be able to just score off this? He will. oKhaliD trying to outpace the Rezears chasing him down. He is able to slightly box him out, but this final flip might take him through the boost, but away from the net. Rezears retakes the lead. Almost seems like it's been better for the player who loses the kickoff into their half. They've done such a good job of controlling it afterwards that has been the advantage in this game. Rezears this time the one who lets it fall into his own half and now has some offense. For the corner, can he find his way in? He can! Didn't seem like there was a large opening for this to be made. oKhaliD reversing high on the back wall. Ends up being too far away to catch back up to the shot. Rezears controlling once again a kickoff into his back corner. Air dribble, reset. oKhaliD jumps to challenge, and Rezears shows that he did have the reset. He just never used it as he flips in the final moments. oKhaliD wasn't expecting that quick of a touch. Thought after the reset that Rezears was going to fall to the ground with the ball, which is often what players do, and then basically threaten the reset all the way down. Instead, Rezears just gets an additional touch right away, and that surprises oKhaliD. It's an early challenge Goes flying past, and now he's just handed the ball to Rezears, who's so fast today. He has been flying around the map. Half flip, and he's right back. So oKhaliD was up, maybe to make a stronger touch, but when he sees Rezears half flip away, he doesn't want to just give him the ball. So he tries to slow down and probably drop it down to himself, but still gets too much power on his wheel touch that Rezears is right back into play. oKhaliD down 4. Rezears looking to carry this to the back corner. No wall to air dribble from him, whether he's discouraged from oKhaliD's defensive positioning on that side wall or just doesn't feel like taking the risk. If he finds the angle on this one, yeah, okay, it's impossible. No way Rezears gets back down from that height. oKhaliD scores the third. 30 seconds for him to bring it back. Rezears flipping early off the wall after seeing oKhaliD coming to challenge. Rezears has had such a perfect read on what oKhaliD's doing in defense. A pogo from Rezears. He gets a goal. He doesn't really use the pogo, but you better believe we count it. Rezears does hide behind the ball, and I mean that does force oKhaliD into net. And then the double jump bump. The pogo is saucy with Rezears. He may not have scored with it, but it was definitely relevant in the setup of the shot. oKhaliD is going to get a fourth. He just air rolls into this shot. Moxie, you can't be speaking languages we don't understand. The mods are going to have to time you out. Rezears. Double reset to finish? No. But it will be a Rezears game win. You understand? I don't understand French. I don't. I'm sorry. Game number 3. A new Fennec for oKhaliD. He's searching for the answer in his Fennec presets. And right now, I believe this is the classic Falcons Fennec. Rezears is going to say it doesn't matter. Is this Heat Wave? Rezears bringing back the Heat Wave vibe in his Octane. He turns around in midfield, sees the net is just open, so he'll boom it right there. I mean, you see oKhaliD, who is jumping, trying to prep to stop an air dribble, something that Rezears has done a lot of. But Rezears' offense is so varied. It's impossible for oKhaliD to get the right read on him. This time he does take a wall to air dribble. Rezears is on another level today. The resets into the wave dash as oKhaliD, sorry, the wave dash, the reset into the musty as oKhaliD falls from the ceiling. He cannot get the stop. Rezears' wave dash kickoffs have been clean as well, except, oh no, he's going to get back to this one. Will save off the post. oKhaliD collects it, and Rezears looking for another demo attempt. He's able to make it back to this ball before oKhaliD falls to the ground. oKhaliD has spent, it feels, every waking moment of this matchup playing from behind. Rezears has scored so quickly in all 3 games to put himself right back in that top position. Air dribble, reset. Oh my goodness, Rezears. Rezears placing far post as we watch from oKhaliD's perspective, trying his best to rush to the play, but when Rezears is playing this perfectly, there's really nothing that oKhaliD can seemingly do. Rezears looking for another kickoff goal, and he got it! He got it past oKhaliD, who was ready for it. He knows he's going to get shot on, and he tries to flip back to where the shot's going to be, but it doesn't matter. Rezears, too effective. We've seen this kickoff before. It just happened. This time, though, oKhaliD far to the side wall. Rezears, the placement! Oh my goodness, Rezears. Can he do any wrong? This time, he puts it crossbar down right back into his car. such that oKhaliD never has a chance to get a touch. Little camera check from Rezears to see if he's going to get to start his air dribble, and he is. Pulls back off the ball. This 50 won't work, so finally an attack by Rezears is not successful, and he's going to get demoed. oKhaliD on the board. Takes him a minute 30, but he gets his first. Rezears pre-flipping to this ball in order to get a save. That's actually an unreal defensive maneuver. The pre-flip to launch what was going to be a kickoff goal to the ceiling, and then in and out of the net back to the ball before the secondary shot can come, and now Rezears on offense. What should have been a really bad spot for him was so quickly erased. And now oKhaliD having to play defense yet again. And Rezears bait him out too far. That backflip is not it. He knows, and oKhaliD, good 50. Recognizing how big of a mistake Rezears made. Knows that he's going to be panic flipping back to make up for it. oKhaliD just slows down and is able to chip it past him to get his second goal. oKhaliD taking all these back boosts, expecting Rezears to eventually have to leave, or Rezears might just pass him the ball. That works too, as oKhaliD gets a third goal. Rezears' wave dash kickoff has been pure today. Wins the race to the corner, or the midfield boost, I should say, and oKhaliD is forced back into net. Rezears dropping the ball down and launching a ground shot. Not the conventional way to play these dribbles, but when it results in a shot that quick, there's nothing oKhaliD can do about it. oKhaliD wins this kickoff into the orange half, chips down to himself. Rezears gets such a beautiful save. It is hard to get that kind of setup with the way that oKhaliD shot that. I mean, the chances of getting a save and having it, you know, lose its momentum, die into the corner, and oKhaliD gets to continue is really the most likely result. But Rezears somehow slams it at such a high angle, it doesn't hit oKhaliD again. Instead, it bounces with speed into the corner, and then he can follow it up for a goal of his own. So Rezears, every detail has been the reason why he's dominated in this series. This bump from oKhaliD will give him a fourth goal. 2 minutes for oKhaliD to bring back 3. oKhaliD forced to just launch a shot at net. Considering how much boost he had left over, he's able to reset 100 in the midfield. The shadow save keeps Rezears out for now, but it feels like an inevitability that Rezears finds his way through. This time he's going to try and pull oKhaliD out of the blue half by rolling him away. Rezears did not get the midfield, and oKhaliD can chase down the ball now. Great awareness by him to punish every little mistake from Rezears on the setup. In fact, oKhaliD should have a 5th goal within 2. oKhaliD crawling his way back. Rezears a couple times has tried to put him away in games, and it doesn't seem possible for the veteran of the 1v1 matchups. That's got to be frustrating. You can see the slight delay on oKhaliD after getting bumped by Rezears' wave dash. oKhaliD not one to ever be too affected by the moment, though, by what his opponent has been doing. So what does he do? He steadies himself, heads to net, and gets a clear that sets him up for a 6th goal. Rezears pinch khalid able to affect it. He's going to drop it down and shoot immediately. Tie game. Rezears may have been playing well earlier in this game, but khalid has brought it all the way back. Rezears would love to put away one of the best 1v1 series players in 3. He does not want to let khalid see some signs of life. Rezears must be going to hold on to the boost he has left over for the follow-up. khalid, though, got a great challenge and an 8th goal. khalid is back. One of the first leads I feel khalid has had all series long comes 30 seconds before the end of game number 3. It could not have afforded to come any later than now. Rezears gonna get possession in this back corner, but if you think khalid's gonna let him have it comfortably, you're wrong. But he gets punished for getting so deep. Rezears should get a goal. khalid, in an attempt to make Rezears feel his presence, ends up leaving an opportunity to go past him for an 8th goal. khalid now trying to get a read on this bounce. Sends straight in the air. Rezears picks up a couple pads. He'll roll one at khalid, who now has possession but with 0 boost. That fake challenge convinces khalid to drop the ball. He's not able to get to midfield. He's going to try and make this hit the ground, surely, right? Or is he just going to be able to score? khalid, no, he misses off the post. I think he had a window that Rezears could not have stopped him. But it is going to be overtime in game number 3. Delay kickoff from Rezears. khalid into the corner. Not getting a great attempt here. That demo might do it, though. Is the ball going to bounce to a shootable position? Rezears, that's not the spawn he needs. khalid takes a game. It will not be a sweep for Rezears. khalid played from behind for 14 straight minutes. But in the final minute of this game number 3, he gets the lead he needs. Put him on the series board. 2-1. Still in favor of Rezears. Game 4. khalid trying to begin the climb that is the reverse sweep against the player playing as crisp as Rezears. But look at this. Immediately a first goal in favor of khalid. He has turned the tables. Not once did he score first, I think, the previous games. But you can feel the momentum shifting in favor of the Falcons player. Rezears back into his corner. khalid giving him a rare bit of space. He does come in for a deep challenge. Rezears is able to connect with him. khalid knew he was in trouble. And it's such an interesting air dribble bump because Rezears doesn't even really follow the ball. He goes off to the right because he knows that's where khalid is in order to bump him, and it works out well. khalid power sliding around, expecting Rezears to give him the ball. He actually flips to this corner to take the 100. Well, big touch. Rezears reacts to it, but khalid lets it bounce one more time and then cuts infield. You can see Rezears turning slightly, prepping for what looked like khalid about to take the ball to that opposite post, but instead cuts it back near post. khalid sees his opening, make it a 3-1 lead. Rezears, because he got that midfield boost, thought he had done enough to convince khalid to leave, I imagine. But khalid stays on the ball and finds his shot. Rezears, quick camera check. You can see to see if khalid is turning to stay on or leaving this time. This time khalid did leave. Able to save Rezears' first shot. Rezears has no follow-up either. What a change in what we've seen so far in this series. Rezears before felt like even if he didn't score the first time, he was going to find a way. Ceiling reset in off the ball, though. It's a ceiling reset because he pinched the ball to the ceiling. Technically, I guess it's just a ball reset. He doesn't turn it into anything. Now only has 12 boost. The boost on the field is controlled by oKhaliD now. The pace of play is controlled by oKhaliD. Everything is controlled by oKhaliD as of now. Rezears is going to take this pop into a dribble. The reset, and it's red as Rezears catches and jumps to shoot the ball. oKhaliD is one step ahead and now has another opportunity. Full field ahead of him. Rezears wave dashing is an attempt to get oKhaliD to make a mistake on his setup, but he actually turns into a pretty decent air dribble bump. Rezears just makes it over the top of him. And the Tundra player puts himself within one. Lives of cringe. Yeah, you gotta lives of cringe whenever somebody is able to avoid the air triple bump. Rezears reset and able to turn it in for another goal. This is what we saw earlier in the series. oKhaliD not being able to get a read at all on Rezears' air dribbles. Recently, he had been able to stop them, but he keeps challenging Rezears like he's going to pull off after getting the reset and fall to the ground, but Rezears is getting the reset, turning, and getting another really quick touch, and that's leaving oKhaliD flying underneath the play. oKhaliD trying to keep Rezears pinned in net. Rezears operating on the pads. He's able to pick up around the back wall, but got this long clear. Should be able to get 100 now. oKhaliD with space. Delayed flick. Far too high. We get a second opportunity, though. Rezears keeps doing these wave dashes in defense, and I feel like he's going to get punished for them at some point, because as much as it maybe confuses the offense, he is doing them so far away. And instead of, making him play quickly, they're slowing him down and making him wobble. And he's going to have a harder time recovering. And he also makes the decision for oKhaliD really easy. Somebody who's maybe hasn't decided how they're going to try and outplay the defender. As soon as he sees that awkward wave dash far from the net, he knows exactly what he needs to do to get his goal. Rezears going to boom this one downfield. Should be able to steal this back corner from oKhaliD. And he turned it in for a goal. oKhaliD going to force him all the way to the back corner. Rezears smooth catch. If oKhaliD had gone even slightly farther, he would have been caught out. In fact, he still kind of is caught out. Rezears explodes out of his own corner so quickly that you see oKhaliD immediately having to rush back at Supersonic, and he overshoots the save. Rezears squeezes it right past him. Big kick out for Rezears. oKhaliD, immediate goal. oKhaliD does get a read on this, at least slightly. It might look like he doesn't, but the fact that he chips the ball is recognizing that Rezears is not going to be there. Normally in a kickoff, he'd flip into it, but he passes to himself off the back corner and takes a lead. Rezears wave dashing out of the midfield. Once again, getting a possession near the side wall because of that speed. Oh, oKhaliD, that seems like a big mistake. Yeah, Rezears is going to punish that. A Feels backflip from oKhaliD. oKhaliD dove all the way into the corner. Oh, not even really a Feels backflip, just a challenge so far away from the net. 5-5. This could be a crucial kickoff. oKhaliD going to use it as an opportunity to steal Rezears' corner because he didn't have a chance to follow it up for a shot. oKhaliD keeps putting the ball high, and Rezears has been able to clear it with power, but he still hasn't probably picked up too many pads. Closing the distance on the dribble, though. Forces oKhaliD all the way to the back corner. Still, though, oKhaliD playing safe and prioritizing possession, which he does still have. Air triple pump. He actually didn't finish it off. He gave up on it in the final moments. I guess he felt it was a bigger priority to recover. Rezears tried to pass to himself and almost assisted oKhaliD in winning the game, but he does cover that angle. Rezears now still being starved out by oKhaliD. Nothing to work with. He's got 0. He's going to have to back off this ball. oKhaliD trying to squeeze around him. He's going to keep this ball in the air. Rezears likely to tap it to the ground, though. Overtime in game number 4. Rezears trying to finish off the series. oKhaliD wants to force game 5. oKhaliD, a big kickoff win. Not even the wave dash. We'll get Rezears back in time. oKhaliD should be able to finish it off. It's game 5 between Rezears and oKhaliD. Rezears felt like he had the win late in that game 3. He dominated for, like I said before, 14 straight minutes. But oKhaliD came back and now has forced a final game between the two. Game 5. oKhaliD and Rezears. Thank you for the prime. By the way, I think I missed a sub earlier. At the start of this game, I'm going to go scroll through, make sure I see it. Dricos, I think I missed your prime 2 months ago. Not 2 months ago. 2 months of prime, 9 minutes ago. Thank you. Game number 5 between Rezears and oKhaliD. Rezears has decided to hop into the Fennec. And I think he just changed the current preset he was on from Octane to Fennec, because this is the heat wave that he was using before. Rezears, a 1-0 lead. Moxie says he thinks he's got oKhaliD because oKhaliD has the ice. And Rezears show that the Tundra has some ice as well. oKhaliD trying to undercut or demo Rezears, whichever works out. Can he win the race back to this ball? No, and he knows it, so he stays grounded. Rezears take it to the corner. oKhaliD able to break it up before it ever starts. Chasing down this ball with a pad of boost to work with. Gonna be forced back. Rezears likely to take this into an air dribble the way he's been playing, but no, he is going to let it fall down on top of his car. And he flicks top right. oKhaliD more than ready for it, but a slightly awkward save. That's a big difference in the resulting outcome, because now Rezears attacking once again from the ceiling. Great coverage from oKhaliD to not let that 50 go in. Rezears now is going to have a hard time trying to find a way through, starting from that deep in the corner. oKhaliD going to take the boost off the map and wait for Rezears to back off. Actually, interesting first touch. He was obviously scared of Rezears being around. Rezears had turned to shadow already. Being said, oKhaliD has continued to take every 100 boost on the map. Rezears, you could tell, flipping back to net with absolutely nothing left over, and oKhaliD breaks him down. He will get you eventually if he has you starved, and this front flip is such a tell that Rezears does not have the boost that he would like to work with. Delayed kickout from oKhaliD. Bumped into the wall, which means he's not going to be able to hold on to possession or grab the midfield boost. A really effective bump by Rezears, who is going to take the air dribble this time on the bounce. oKhaliD challenges with perfect timing. Long shot. Not going to be able to follow it up. Actually does get a little bit of a touch on it. Rezears probably trying to immediately punish him with a power shot, but ends up tapping the ball right into oKhaliD, who now collects and flicks to the top right. Rezears gets just enough on it to prevent that shot. oKhaliD collecting a possession. Once again, back to those high bounces that he loves when attacking. So patient in net as he hovers behind this ball. Rezears using everything he has to clear it out. He's successfully done so, but once again having to attack from the corner. This time he's going to use the ceiling, and it's a much better setup than before. He'll dunk it in after oKhaliD gets a save. oKhaliD only on 2 boost. Is ready for the first shot, but doesn't stand a chance at preventing the second. Rezears, what a bait. Pulls oKhaliD in. He's going to slow the ball down, too. I don't think oKhaliD is one to sit without his hands on the controller, though. He's going to come back even after getting beat like this. Kickoff win for Rezears. The bump should be enough to finish it off. 4-1. In a low-scoring affair so far. These few kickoff goals in a row create quite the gap between the two. Rezears almost found a real tight angle. oKhaliD trying to attack immediately. Now the net is open. Rezears, did he connect? He actually missed. oKhaliD might be able to score off that. That'll be a second goal. Oh, wait. It almost wasn't a second goal. Hard to blame Rezears. These kickoffs need to be better controlled by oKhaliD. Or maybe he's 5-head and he knows that Rezears is going to get greedy. Why does Rezears get so greedy? Zero boost. Comes all the way to the back wall in an attempt to make a play, and oKhaliD just pops it past him for a freebie. Still, though, it seems like Rezears gets the first touch advantage off all these kickoffs. This flick is going to force a high save out of oKhaliD, who's managed to save all his boosts in the world. Rezears way too strong of a first touch. oKhaliD has a great opportunity. Don't expect him to take this air dribble unless he feels he needs to. Instead, goes to the ground. First flick gets Rezears starting his defensive sequence, the kind that oKhaliD has had faith in eventually breaking down. Rezears set to the corner. I don't think oKhaliD's going to be able to demo him yet. He recognizes that he is just a bit too far behind, so he pulls off. Rezears wants to set a wall to air dribble. oKhaliD pinches it to keep it on the ground. Can he demo Rezears? He can. 30 seconds left to go, unless a magical spawn somehow saves Rezears. It will be a tie game. "26 seconds. Next goal is so important. The prize pool difference from making it into the top 4 versus getting eliminated, tied for 5th, is $600. These guys desperately want to win this game. oKhaliD, a very safe air dribble, gets the expected result. No shot, but should prevent Rezears from having a really easy opportunity. Although Rezears got close. oKhaliD deciding to peel back off this ball. The long shot might just be directly in. It is! Rezears wins the game at 0 seconds, throws the GGs. oKhaliD didn't want to let him take the ball down to the ground, so approached him at the midfield, and Rezears sees his opening to launch the 0 second shot in and win the series. Rezears in the final moments advances to the semifinals.